All right, look, there's attorneys here for good. Look, I'm going to get this out. I get mad talking about this stuff. I really do. What is it about this? What is it with drunk driving in this town? Why is it we're known for this all over the country?
Scott, it is a real plague. I think, this past weekend in particular, it's just evidence of that. I know that Brandon and myself and some other law enforcement, some other lawyers in town have really teamed up, and that's why we're putting on this first MADD Walk. It's actually the MADD Walk and Run, which is a big deal. We're the
You can just slide that microphone a little bit closer to
Sure.
your word hole there. There you go.
There you go. It's the first MADD Walk/Run in the country. We're the first people to do this, and that's because we've got a big running and athletic community here in Bakersfield. We know they'll support this cause. This is our chance to raise some money for Mothers Against Drunk Driving, and it's also our chance to increase awareness of this problem in Kern County, and it is a real problem. Brandon can probably comment on that too.
And Scott, this isn't really just isolated to Kern County. Nationwide, the numbers are pretty devastating. In 2012, over 10,000 people died due to DUI-related crashes. That's one every 51 minutes. And then approximately 350,000 people were injured in 2012, and that's one every 90 seconds. So here in Bakersfield, the Kern County District Attorney's Office, they have a specialized unit that receives funding from the Office of Traffic Safety, and they've been tracking deaths here in Kern County for the past 4 years. And during those 4 years, there's been an average of 13 deaths per year. Currently, right now, there's 8 open DUI-related deaths, and there's been 14 deaths related to DUI crashes this year alone.
Now, do they keep track of that, like, per capita compared to other cities? Because does it not seem like we have an overabundance of this here?
I believe so. I don't have those numbers in front of me.
I don't know that those numbers are out there, because you'd think they'd be on the front page of the newspaper every day.
Unfortunately, it seems like it's on the front page of the newspaper in this area every day, and that's the problem. I think a lot of people will ask, well, what does Mothers Against Drunk Driving do? And the obvious answer is awareness, right? And that's one of the reasons we're holding this walk-run. But the other thing that they do is they provide victim support, and that's a really important thing. There's a woman here in Bakersfield, her name is Carla Pearson. She is absolutely dedicated to this cause. She works for Mothers Against Drunk Driving, and she provides victim support. And in the time that she's been doing it, and I don't have it in front of me, but I think it's for a period of about 8 years now, she's provided support to over 500 local families who have been impacted by drunk driving. Either they've lost a loved one or somebody in that family has been severely injured. And that's a really critical job. And we want to support Carla, and we want to make sure that the funding's there to continue to provide that kind of support in our community.
Awesome.
The Kern County District Attorney's Office, one of our goals is to have victim witness programs, ways to inform the public as to what their rights are. We are an advocate for victims' rights. Carla has really worked alongside us, just informing family members who are grieving, first of all, just of how to get counseling, how to work through a really difficult time, a time that they never thought they'd be in. And that's the insidious thing about DUI deaths, is it could affect anybody. It doesn't matter where you are, where you're driving, what time it is. You could be a potential victim.
Yeah. Maybe it could be 10 o'clock in the morning, a clear blue sky, but it happened, and we see it happen way too much.
Brandon, let me ask you, too, as the assistant DA and going after these drunk drivers, it's been a thing nationally where they have gone and the punishment and the sentencing and all of the all of this is increased. But doesn't this inspire a lot of the defense attorneys to offer plea deals to lesser? I mean, do you see this as because the punishment now are so severe and the courts are so backlogged that a lot of these are going to plea deals that are lesser punishments?
I think what he's saying is, isn't Matt making this worse?
Well, let's make sure that we clarify that.
No, I'm not saying it's making it worse. I'm asking, is there a correlation there in this?
The penalties for driving under the influence are pretty severe, as you mentioned. If you have a prior conviction and you get behind the wheel drunk and kill somebody, you could be charged with murder, and that carries with it a 15 years to life sentence. Down there, if you have gross negligence involved, that's 10 years. If there's simple negligence involved, it's 6 years. And then for a first-time DUI, you could spend up to a year in jail.
What about mandatory sentences, though? Is that a thing? Because we see these plea deals again and again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there are mandatory minimums for DUIs, and it increases with each DUI that you get. If you get 4 DUIs within a 10-year period, that 4th DUI can be charged as a felony, and that's a 16-month 2-year, 3-year.
The fourth one. The fourth one. That doesn't scare anybody.
Well, let me comment on this, and I'm the civil lawyer here, so maybe it's not right for me to comment, but I think we might be looking at this the wrong way. I think the reason that you're seeing more and more plea bargains is because law enforcement's doing such an excellent job. People can't defend these cases, right? That's why you're seeing the plea bargain. You can't win. So what are you going to do? You've got to make a deal. You're either going to make a deal or you're going to go to trial and you're going to face an even stiffer sentence. So I think that may be part of it, too. Let's give law enforcement a hand, and they're doing a great job, and they're doing the best job that they can possibly do.
Yeah.
The problem is not everyone takes this seriously, and we've got, I mean, in Bakersfield, you just did the tech minute, and I'll bring this up. We've got things like Uber and Lyft now in Bakersfield. There's so many reasons why you should not be getting behind the wheel after having a drink and driving home. You shouldn't do it.
Yeah.
There's plenty of ways to get home.
We got through the horror and awful part of it. When we come back, let's talk about the walk run and how we can help.
Thank you.
Let's talk about that. Let's get walking. So one thing my doctor will let me do, I can walk and ride my bike, and that's it. No turning. We'll be right back. It's First Look with Scott Cox at Bakersfield.com and News Talk 1180 KERN. We are back. We're having a walk run, and apparently I'm getting involved.
Well, we'd like you to, Scott.
When is it?
It is September the 20th. It's out at Riverwalk Park. Everybody knows where that is. Stockdale Highway in Buena Vista.
Target right next door.
There is a Target right next door. Soon to be many other things right next door.
Oh, my,
apparently.
yeah. Are you kidding me?
They are. We're starting the walk. Registration starts at 5:30 a.m. The walk starts at 7:30. So far, we've got about 240 people registered to do this. And for pre-registration, that's really good. We're very proud of that number. We're hoping, we'd really like to push over 400 people.
What does it cost? When do I need to be there?
It's $25.
Right.
$25. You can register online. Brandon, you want to give them the URL?
Yeah, it's www.walklikemad.org and then /Bakersfield, or you can go to Facebook and then search for Walk Like Mad Bakersfield. You can get the link there, sign up. And we'd really encourage people to sign up as soon as possible. We have printed a bunch of T-shirts out there that have our sponsors' information on it, but we have a limited supply of those. So if you want a T-shirt, some cool swag, definitely go check that out. We have medals for the top finishers in each age and gender category, and then some cool swag to go along with that. So if you're a swag guy, you got your Seahawks shirt on. And I told you earlier that I feel like I'm walking into a kind of a den of vipers here.
You're really not. I'm telling you. I'm very pro-Broncos. I am. I'm sorry that, the Super Bowl had to happen, but it had to happen.
It was a travesty.
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
What are you going to do?
But go register early. Make sure you get a spot with this race. It's going to be a great event. MADD does a lot of stuff here in the community. They partner with the courts through a victim impact panel where DUI offenders go. They talk to victims. They talk to defendants who have entered pleas just about how DUIs have affected their lives. MADD partners with the local law enforcement in raising awareness at DUI checkpoints. And really, they've become involved in the community here in Bakersfield. And Bakersfield's a close-knit community.
Oh, yeah.
And DUIs have affected that. Does
the shirt say Chain Cohn Stiles on the back?
At least in part it does, yes.
It does. We have a gold sponsor, Dignity Health. The Chain Cohn is a silver sponsor.
Let me congratulate Dignity Health real quick. They really stepped up and helped us out.
They always do.
I'm very proud of them. They are a big supporter of Mothers Against Drunk Driving, and we're proud to have them as our gold sponsor.
All right.
Let me mention one other thing, because this town's got a lot of hardcore athletes, hardcore runners. And so what we did for this event is we've got the Bakersfield Track Club out there. They're going to time and score everybody. So it's not just a fun walk where you don't get a time at the end. If people want to come, they want to compete, you can come and do that. You're going to get official timing and scoring, and we're encouraging people to do that. I'm encouraging you to do that.
I'm telling you, I'm going to bring a note from Mark Shamblin over at SCOE. I am not allowed to run for 3 more months.
Well, then you can walk
I'll
quickly.
Absolutely walk. I will walk as lickety-split as I can walk.
Hey, and Scott, for the bigger people out there, I'm going to be leading the charge with the Clydesdale division.
Nice.
And we're going to be doing
the
that.
Clydesdale.
But, we've had such an outpouring of support from different law enforcement organizations and sponsors. A couple other sponsors we have are the Comprehensive Blood and Cancer Center, Kern County Bar Association Charitable Foundation, the IRS Cohn from USB Financial, Kern County Prosecutors Association, and then also the Bakersfield Police Officers Association. And that's in addition to all the other sponsors of MADD throughout this community. CHP
You need to call Ken Willett and get Budweiser to sponsor the Clydesdale division, because that'd be awesome.
That's
there might be a mixed
actually.
message there, but yeah, that's good.
No, believe me, there's nobody does more work to talk people out of driving drunk than the folks at Anheuser-Busch. Man, they spend millions of dollars. And that's the thing is, I'm never going to talk anybody out of drinking, because it's an enjoyable activity. And it's something that you can easily do responsibly. There's 1,000 different ways to do it responsibly. But that's where it is. You don't get behind the wheel of a car when it's really pretty simple.
Yeah, and just what Matt said, there's so many options out there to call a taxi. There's companies that estimate that a DUI will cost you $10,000, and that's notwithstanding any legal fees for a defense attorney.
It's probably 20 if you hire Matt.
But just, but the increase in insurance.
He's got a suit budget.
Yeah.
It's gingham. It's all about the gingham. You got to support that gingham
costs.
habit. Yeah, but
keep our local clothers in business, right, Scott?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, I will be there. I want the shirt to have the chain cone styles, because I want, when I ride my bike, maybe people give you a little bit more room if you've got, David Cohn's name on your back.
Well, we hope so. I tend to ride with the chain cone styles logo on my back, so maybe that'll keep me
nobody's
safe.
hit you yet.
Yet. That's the key
gingham
word.
jerseys up.
4 points.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What? It seemed reasonable at the time.
Nice hat.
Thank you. It is. It's one of my favorites. It's a fitted hat. It didn't have the snaps on it. So, yeah, I feel it's strong. I feel it's a strong entry. All right, look, on the September 20th, I'm assuming that's
Correct.
a Saturday.
That is a Saturday morning, yes.
You get up early.
Correct.
Now, we are going to eat Smith's Donuts before we go.
Yeah, that's the plan. So you're in for that, right?
Absolutely.
You and I are going to down a half dozen apiece.
God, that's...
And a quarter buttermilk.
No buttermilk. I will not
I can't
sign
agree
off
to
on
that.
buttermilk.
Yeah, my doctor wouldn't sign off on that one for sure.
My doctor is not going to sign off on the... And I don't know how far... I'll walk as fast as I can for however long this goes.
Fair enough. It's only what, 2 3/4 miles or something like that.
There's
so
no
we'll be
turning,
okay.
is there?
There is a U-turn at the end or at the turnaround, so you be careful on the U-turn.
All right. By the way, Dr. Dev's coming in today. I think he may have a copy of my MRI that he got from Shamblin. I've messed some stuff up in there, Jack. But seriously, the MADD people could do with the not just the PR and the exposure, but the cash that we're going to raise doing this.
Very much so.
You're going to get a swanky T-shirt.
Correct.
And you're going to get to hang out with a bunch of cool people. And by the way, if you're not one of the competitive people, if you're in my division or in Brandon's division, this is a fun awareness raising good time for all. It's not, if you're not a competitive runner, don't worry about that. You don't need to stay away because of that.
And maybe we'll have a side contest. Who can wear the best gingham jersey or
Gingham
the coolest, Broncos hat. I'll be there repping the Broncos. So we'll see how.
Is
that
there a
goes
cool
down.
Broncos hat? You could. I think they have one from last year that says AFC champions or something.
Absolutely.
I'm for that. Well, let's all go out, and I'm in right now. Can I bring my dog?
Yes.
Can I bring all of my dogs?
Well.
No.
For safety purposes, don't bring all of them. Bring the safest dog.
You ever see that movie where Paul Walker's like the sled dog guy, and he's all that? I got more dogs than that now.
How many dogs do you have?
I can't even. You can't count them. They won't hold still long enough. I'll have 4 by close of business today.
Well, I'm not sure that's enough to pull the sled, but you're getting there.
It wouldn't pull Brandon,
No,
but it
no Clydesdale there.
might pull you. Fine. Well, we'll tell you more about this as it gets closer. Let's all come out on the 20th. Let's get up, have some coffee. I'm in on the donut thing, but Lord, whoa. All right, we'll be right back. We got plenty more to do. It's First Look with Scott Cox at News Talk 1180 KERN.